Okay, the Inquisition has arrived, ready to spring a trap on our Harlequin Grand Army. So let's take a look. What do we have first? Let's start over here.
Okay, we're going to start with the Repentress squad with 2 extra sisters.
Okay.
And the Mistress of Repentance.
Okay.
And then we have just a regular sister squad with a Heavy Flamer, Simulacrum Imperialis, if I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
And the Sister Superior has a Power Sword.
Okay.
That is my Inquisitor, Ordo Hereticus
right here?
Inquisitor,
Okay.
or Inquisitrix, Elizabeth von Meowsen, because I named her after my cat.
Looks good. All right.
And this is a Sororitas Command Squad with 4 Melta-Guns and a Hospitaller.
Okay. Painful. Okay.
I'm hoping they're going to be in the Immolator. And the Canoness is attached with...
Oh, that's the Canoness there? Okay.
Yeah, with an Inferno Pistol, an Eviscerator, and the Cloak of Saint Aspira.
Looking sharp. Okay.
And the Immolator is upgraded to Twin Link Multi-Meltas.
Okay.
These are my assassins. I have all
right.
4 of the assassins.
And then what's this one in the end here?
That is Inquisitor Deceptus.
Alrighty.
He is an Ordo Xenos Inquisitor.
Very good.
You like that?
No, I don't like the 4 assassins.
That is my Layman Russ Beat Stick. It's got the Vanquisher Battle Cannon, Las Cannon upgrade, and multi-melta side sponsons.
Wow, okay. It's going to put down the hurt.
We have a Basilisk with no upgrades, just
Okay.
a Basilisk. Inquisitor Karamazov. And then this is the Guard Company Command Squad with the Company Commander, 2 Sniper Rifles, Auto Cannon Team, and then a Master of Signal here in the back.
Gotcha.
And this is an infantry platoon with just two basic infantry squads and a platoon command squad. No upgrades. Except, they have camo gear too, the company command squad.
Okay, where's the platoon command squad?
Right here.
Oh, there's the 5th
4
one,
in
yeah.
the back.
I gotcha.
No special weapons or
Okay.
anything. I just wanted bodies.
Yep.
And then a 20-man squad of conscripts.
Oh, alright. Okay. They probably were living in this head block right before this battle. Alrighty. So that's 2,000 points ready to spring a trap on the Harlequins. Alright, so here's 2,000 points of Harlequins walking into what they think may be a trap. So what do you got?
We're
Start with the Heroes Path.
Path of Heroes, New Solitaire. Again.
Yep.
Death Jester, Warlord. He has the same 2 powers he had in the last battle report.
Okay.
Shards of Light and Pearl of Discord.
Very good. And then he gets the Veil Tears. Yep.
A second Death Jester.
Mm-hmm.
A Contemptor with Multi-Melter Stormbolter. 3 Centurions, all
Nice.
grav with the missile upgrades.
Alright, those are nice.
Well, let's do that.
Okay.
This is the Void Reaver with the Lance and the Shuriken Cannon.
Okay.
All of this is in here.
Alright.
This is a Chaplain,
Mm-hmm.
a level 2 Librarian under, he got Misfortune and Precognition under Divination.
Okay.
A Chapter Master with a Combi Grav.
Alrighty.
A 10-man tack squad with a missile launcher and a flamer.
Okay.
All in the
Missile
land.
launcher and flame. Alright, very good.
All in the Land Raider Redeemer, flamethrowers and that. 10-man strike force with the missile pod.
Yep.
And the Firebite Cadre. Just so I have a reason for the Riptide being here. I don't want to be too cheesy and just the Riptide just here by itself.
No, that works. Okay, so
And they
that's smart
survived technically last battle.
Yeah, one of them did.
One of them did.
But yeah, they did survive.
He's
a
the
little
new
better, yeah.
Shazwee.
Yeah, okay, that's good. All right.
That's 2,000 points.
Very good. All right. Okay, the heroes path are in Solitaire, Death Jester, and Shadow Seer. The Inquisitor Deceptus, a Vindicare Assassin, Eversor Assassin, and Calexis Assassin. They are in the meeting room, about to have their little meeting with the conscript squad acting as guards for the room to keep anything out. Of course, the Harlequin force has arrived to start on the board almost entirely, leaving just a Death Jester and the Void Weaver to come in from reserves. The Inquisition has decided they're not going to play any games here, so the Basilisk is in one corner with a sister squad and the Inquisitor up top of the Bastion. The Immolator in the back of the base.
With the command squad in it.
The command squad for the company command squad is in there. Good.
No, the sisters.
Oh, Sisters Command Squad, right. Okay. Lehman Russ in this street with line of sight down to the square. The platoon, or the command squad for the Destroyans. Got a nice line of sight to the square as well. And then the platoon here has been blobbed together on the two buildings with the command squad to the right. And then we have the, what's his name?
Karamazov.
Karamazov, okay, behind him. All right. In the special turn 0 phase, we're going to cover the actions of the actual meeting itself. And so what we're going to be doing is each player is going to roll a d6 for each of their characters and add their initiative to it. And that will be their initiative score, their activation score. Now, Jake will nominate one of his 4 guys in here to receive a +2 to that roll. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be interesting activation rolls. The Inquisitors did very, very well, whereas the Harlequins didn't do as well. The high score, the actual Inquisitor is going to move first with a 14, followed by the Solitaire with a 13. Then a 3-way tie between the Shadow Seer, Vindicare, and Calexis. Then the Death Jester, and finally the Eversor. That'll be the order we will be resolving this in. Now, both players have 6 base warp charges to use, as well as 6 denial dice, plus their power levels. Alright, so now, this special turn 0 will go 1 model at a time, and they will be able to essentially move, shoot, and assault any of those. That's one action, and that will be what they can do for that. And then we'll just go in the descending order. So we will begin with the Inquisitor Deceptus. So the Inquisitor decided to charge the Solitaire.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very bold. We will see. Okay. Alright, that's 5 inches. However, alright, this is what the Solitaire actually sees vaulting toward him, because the polymorphine ability allowed the Calexis Assassin to kind of look like the Inquisitor. So he's now charged the Solitaire and gets to attack. Okay.
Which is 4 attacks base, +1 for charging, and then +1 for pistol and face sword.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. That's 4 hits. So you're hitting on 3s. Ooh. Oh no! Yes. Just 1 wound goes through. So 3 up save. Oh, he makes it a 6. Okay. Solitaire goes next, so he gets to show his anger and strike back. Red die is the instant death weapon. No.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm hitting on 4.
You hit on 4s. So 2 hits. So hit wounding on 4s. Oh! Solitaire is not happy. So the Calexis goes first. He's choosing to use 3 of his warp charges to use this weapon against the
Death Jester.
Alright, so 5 shots against the Death Jester. Okay, hitting on 2s. Look at that. Okay, he's 1-1. Okay, you're going to be hitting on a 4 up now. Nope. So 4 hits. Wounding on, I believe it's 2s, because it's only toughness 3. Okay. Alright, so 3 wounds. And he's good with all of them. Okay. The Shadow Seer is elected to charge the Vindicare Assassin. Alrighty. With a 6, that's exactly what he needed.
I'm gonna fleet it.
Okay. Makes it with 8. Okay.
Do I?
One thing I forgot to mention
it's
is
not
that
being charged.
no. When you are activating, the opponent does not get to Overwatch in this particular special's turn 0 encounter. On 4s. Ouch, just 2 hits. Alright, Fleshbane, 2 up to wound.
2 up, and on a 5 up, it's instant death because of my Warlord trait.
That's right.
I have lightning reflexes. 4 up invuln.
Yeah. And you're going to need it, because it's 2 instant death wounds because of his Warlord trait. Okay.
Let's drag it out.
4 up.
One at a time.
He makes the first one. He makes the second one. Oh, okay. And the Vindicare now gets to strike back. Okay, so hitting on 3s.
Come on.
3s. He's got 3 hits. You're wounding on 3s.
3s?
Yep.
1.
Just 1 wound.
3 up invuln.
Makes it. Oh, wow. Okay, Death Jester is next.
Oh, I'm pumping 3 shots into that guy right across the table.
Okay, alrighty. Alrighty. Hitting on 2s. And he got 3 hits. Then his 2s are better. 3 wounds.
Bladestone first.
Yep, 3 4-ups. Yeah.
Bladestone.
Okay, first one's good. The other 2. And 4 up. And 1 fail, so it takes 1 wound. Okay, so being fearless, he ignores the effect of that weapon, but it is now his activation. He's down 1 wound. The Eversor is charging the Death Jester, needing a 6, and he gets exactly a 6. Right.
And these have
So,
Fleshbane.
yep, these are, so 3s to
5.
hit.
Death Jester doesn't fight.
3s to hit.
Oh, not all that great. Yep, so
Jake
just
Powers,
4,
go!
yes. 4 hits. Yep,
2 up.
Fleshbane and Shred, right?
Shred, yeah.
Okay, so re-rolling 2 ups. He doesn't need to re-roll 2 ups, so he's got 4 wounds. Okay,
4 3 ups.
and look at that.
He's got 1 wound left.
Yep. Alrighty, that is the end of the special phase 0 or turn 0, and there's a lot of blood in the hall. Right now, both players will roll off for first turn, and because all 3 of the Hero's Path characters are still alive, amazingly, Grand Army player will get a +1 to the roll. Alrighty, Dave's got a 4 now with the +1, and Jake has a 3. So yes, the Grand
Let me
Army.
check shenanigans.
Grand Army has the first turn. Okay, in the meeting room, we're going to have the Solitaire going after the which assassin? Oh, the Calidus assassin. That's going to be a lot of hits. It's 6 hits. 2
wounds.
4 up.
Lightning reflexes.
Made a 4.
And lightning reflexes.
3. 1 wound.
Plus the close combat weapon pistol with base sword.
Okay.
Weapon
You
skill
need
8.
4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4s to wound, 6 to deny the invuln save. Okay, unfortunately just 2 wounds. 3 up invuln save. And, ooh, 1 more. Shadow Seer into the Vindicare Assassin. 1 hit. Hitting on 4s, so. And, ooh, the Fleshbane attack, so it did wound, so 1 invuln save.
4 up.
No! Vindicare takes 1. Okay.
5 attacks
from the Vindicare.
Weapon skill 8, so 4s.
So 4s to hit. Okay.
3 hits.
3 hits. Oh, so 3s hit as well, because you have a higher weapon skill. So all of them hit.
And I'm strength 4.
So you're hitting on 3s. Or winning on 3s, sorry. Okay. That is
3.
Yep.
Takes
Okay,
1.
and took 1. Okay, so hitting twice against the Eversor. 1 wound on the Eversor. 4 up invuln. Another wound on the Eversor. Yes, you do. Okay, that's all one 4 hits.
And then
What's the type?
it's Fleshbane, so it's 2 plus.
2 up,
right?
yep. Okay, and those are 4 wounds. 4 3-up in wounds. Lost 1.
He's dead.
Okay, so the Shadow Seer has just gone down. Sorry, the Death Jester has just gone down, and it's First Blood. Okay, the Eversor is on
Or
1
not the
wound,
Shadow Seer, the
but
Solitaire.
is consolidating closer to the Solitaire, who's in close combat.
That door is closed, right?
So the Calidus Assassin is working against the Solitaire. The Shadow Seer has taken 1 wound, but so has the Vindicator, and the Calexis Assassin is staying in the background. The Conscript Squad has failed a morale check, surprise, and is running back. Because the Tau pretty much maintained their position with the Land Raider advancing slightly, putting some flamer shots and autocannons into that Conscript Squad. The Centurions, firing their grab into the Lehman Russ, only scored 1 hull point that was saved due to cover. The Tau entire firing line and the Riptide focused their shots up here on the Sister Squad and took out 3 of the Sisters, who made their morale check. And finally, over here we have the Contemptor, who was able to take 1 glance hull point off the Basilisk. Now, the Death Jester arrived, putting the Webway portal here in the street, and from the position on top of the building, fired into the company command squad, who lost 3 of the models. He made his morale check, and he's staying put, basically. On to Inquisition, turn 1. Alright, so Karamazov tried to bring an orbital strike with a lance attack in against the Land Raider. Unfortunately, it scattered wildly, landing on the meeting room building bunker. Because it's a lance shot, he easily penetrated with AP1, ended up detonating the building. So as smoking ruins of the meeting room lay in the center of the battlefield. Now, Land Raiders mobilized by a shot from the Basilisk scattered and hit the Tau and the treads, ironically, of the Land Raider, and did immobilize it. So the unit is still alive inside. The Centurions did not take any real fire. They took a shot from a multi-melta here, took 1 wound off the one of the Centurions. Riptide made its saves, and that's the sum total of the combat and the shooting for the first turn, the Inquisition. On to turn 2 for the Grand Army. Yeah, Starweaver came in and took 2 hull points off the Lehman Russ, but the grav cannons caused it to explode. Death Jester took out the sniper on the building, and the leadership, the morale check, they're good. So Karamazov, as you just kind of sitting back, was untouched by any attacks. Land Raider decided, since all it had in front of it was the retreating guardsmen, went ahead and fired a assault cannon, took out 3 of the conscripts, who made their morale check, so they're not falling back any further this particular turn. The Riptide plus the Tau focused up here. The Riptide using its Nova charged on the cannon to get some additional strength, ended up killing off 2 of the Sisters. So, and the morale check for this was made. Finally, the Contemptor was in Melta range and exploded the Basilisk tank. So they tried to exact revenge, but the price is still not equal. Alright, on to Inquisition, turn 2. Right, the infantry platoons decided to tactically withdraw off the buildings to keep them out of line of fire. Kazmarov has stayed with them. The command squad captain and Master of Ordnance have both stayed put to bring orbital barrage down on the Centurions. Scattered a bit, did not wound the Centurion because made its armor safe, and failed to glance the Land Raider. Over here, the Canoness and her squad fired into the Riptide, but was not successful in dealing any damage. And over here, the Immolator was able to see and shoot at the Contemptor, however, was missed. Did not score any hits or wounds. The squad that was inside came out in 4 melta shots into the Contemptor, took off 2 of the hull points. They charged in, and the Eviscerator took off the final one, causing it to wreck. So now they've consolidated, and they're kind of hiding behind the wall, afraid of the Riptide. So that is the end of turn 2, with a Repentious squad coming in off this table edge. Okay. On to Grand Army, turn 3. The Grand Army has resolved to finish this fight, and the Grav Centurions fired the rockets along with the Shuriken Cannon and the Prism Cannon into this building, trying to drop it to kill the captain and his Master of Ordnance on the roof. They failed to damage the building, so the Death Jester had to kill both of those units, both those models. All right, the
Space Marines.
Librarian cast Misfortune on the unit up here, making any shots going into it have the rending special rule, which was very good. It didn't help the Tau. However, the combined fire from the Tau and the bolters and the Riptide's gets hot shot of overcharged attack on the building ended up taking out 2 of these 4 sisters, and all but 1 sister up here. Now there is a morale check on this unit, 10 or less, and they made it. So there's a morale check down on this one, which they also succeeded on, leaving the battlefield in this condition. So now on to Inquisition, turn 3. Okay, fire from the Immolator took out a wound off the Riptide, which it allowed the Sisters Repentia to charge in. They took no Overwatch hits because the Riptide had used supporting fire to go after the Canoness that was in the Hospitaller, who were charging the Tau. The Sisters delivered 1 wound, actually delivered 9 wounds on the Riptide. They've made all but 1 of his saves, 3 up invuln saves. The Inquisitor and the last sister here attempted to injure Space Marines but failed. Over here, the platoon has decided to move forward to try to get some fire down on any retreating Space Marine units. And Kazmarov decided to hunker down behind this building to stay out of line of sight so that he does not give a victory point as well. Alright, on to Grand Army, turn 4. Darweaver went ahead and got a position on the Kazmarov, fired, and was able to miss with the lance, but caught him with a blade storm on the Shuriken Cannon, taking 1 wound off. The single Centurion that had line of sight to anything here was only able to take out 1 guardsman with a crack shot from his. He didn't use a frag rocket, he used a crack rocket and took out 1. The Death Jester used a poison round to basically take out 3 from up this elevated position, and the unit made its save, so it did not run in any direction. Over here, Prescience was cast on the unit by the Librarian, giving it Twin Link, which it really definitely needed, but it was unable to do any damage to the Sister or the Inquisitor. The Tau unit itself had to actually do the work and take out the Sister, leaving the Inquisitor alive. Finally, in the close combat phase, the Sisters Repentia delivered 2 wounds through the armor to the Riptide, whereas the Riptide was only able to kill one of the Sisters, and the Riptide made its save, so they are still locked in combat. Alright, we're going on now to Inquisition, turn 4. Okay, Cegorach failed to damage the Void Reaver. Sorry, he did hit with the Melta. Unfortunately, the holographic grenades allowed a 4-pin vuln, which was passed. The platoon command squad issued first rank fire, second rank fire to this blob, who shot 44 lasgun shots into this squad here of Centurions, inflicting 8 wounds. 1 failed save put a wound on the lead Centurion. Over here, the Inquisitor decided to drop into the building to remain safe, while the Sisters Repentia failed to take any wounds off the Riptide, who made both of his saves against the attacks, but inflicted 1 wound in return, taking out the, what's that unit called? The Mistress. The Mistress of Repentance, yeah. And leaving 4 Sisters Repentia locked in combat. Alright, on to Grand Army, turn 5. The lance weapon stripped another wound off of Cegorach. The shuriken cannon did nothing. Salvos from the Centurions were able to take out quite a few of the guardsmen. Unfortunately for the Grand Army, the leadership test was passed, and they are holding their ground. Over here, the Space Marines decided to charge into the Sisters Repentia, and through combined onslaught of the leaders as well as the Space Marines themselves, the Sisters Repentia, even though they got their Act of Faith off, which gave them a 3-up feel no pain, all 4 eventually did get killed, leaving the entire group here to consolidate. So we are now moving on to Inquisition, turn 5. Alright, the Immolator was in position, poured fire into the Land Raider, but failed to glance. And over here, the guardsmen moved up, got shots on the Centurions, but failed to wound. But here, Cegorach took out his nemesis, actually blew up the skimmer with his melta gun, multi-melta, and the explosion actually took out one of the guardsmen. So, we're on to the last turn, turn 6. Karamazov fired at the one Centurion you could see and took him out with his multi-melta. The remaining gunners, those last gunners, were taken down by the Death Jester and Centurions, and the command squad, platoon command squad, came up, losing 1 shot to against from the Death Jester, but trying to take out the Centurions, failed to wound. Over here, the Space Marines attempted to bring back toward the portal, and the assault cannon opened fire on the Immolator, getting 1 penetrating hit that was not saved and causing it to be stunned, causing it to snap shoot. So it failed to return fire and actually hit. The Inquisitor here attempted to do Psychic Shriek on the squad. Unfortunately, perilled with 3 dice, with 3 warp charges, killed herself by rolling a 1, and unfortunately, the Librarian here denied the attack. So
He was all-star of the game.
it was nothing done really against the Space Marines except for the loss of the one Centurion. And this is the way the battle ends. We'll go ahead and tally up the score and see what's what. With the unfortunate destruction of the central bunker where the meeting was taking place, all 4 assassins were killed along with the 3 heroes. Unfortunately, that did strip the Inquisitorial army of some of its most powerful members, leaving the Inquisitor and her sisters to bear the load against the Space Marines in Tau. Even Karazimov could not, with his Vostroyans, turn the tide to change history. But the heroes lie in a smoky ruins of a building.